Welcome. I want to introduce you to Fractional Talent Network. We are a community of senior technology and business experts who collaborate to leverage collective strengths to provide innovative and effective solutions to our clients' challenges. We connect companies with top talents through flexible advisory and project-based services, helping them adopt, integrate, and automate technology to enhance operations, drive growth, scale efficiently, and leverage AI for smarter workflows and reduce costs. Today, we want to welcome you to our Tech Talk on organizational transformation and resource management. I'm Teresa Squires, and I'm here with my colleagues, Robert Banworth and Kendra Whitney. We'll unpack how organizations can navigate change with confidence while keeping resources aligned to strategy. Here's the truth. Transformation isn't about technology or budgets alone. It's about clarity. If you don't have visibility, you can't have accountability. And if you don't have accountability, transformation stalls. During this session, we'll share practical lessons and strategies that help leaders move from vision to execution faster, smarter, and with lasting impact. So I'm going to kick it off just talking a little bit about strategy, forecasting, and clarity. One of the biggest barriers I see in organizations is the cloud of uncertainty that comes with transformation. Leaders set bold goals, they're all aligned, but then the teams struggle to see how their work connects to the bigger picture. Here's something leaders often overlook. The hidden cost of stalled projects isn't dollars, it's trust. When employees don't see how leadership decisions connect to their day-to-day work, confidence drops, and rebuilding trust takes longer and costs more than fixing a missed deadline for sure. So, how do you cut through the uncertainty? The solution is strategic road mapping and resource forecasting. At Fractional Talent Network, we help organizations translate complexity into actionable plans. I've worked with small local companies all the way up to global Fortune 100 companies in industries like tech, finance, healthcare, construction. And the pattern, no matter what size of company or what industry, is always the same. Once leaders gain visibility into resources, priorities, and timelines, execution becomes predictable for them. And a roadmap without resource alignment is just a wish list. So let's talk a little bit more about forecasting in particular. It's underutilized today. Too many leaders think of forecasting as a finance exercise, but it is more than a spreadsheet. It's a leadership weapon. When you can forecast capacity and demand, you can stop saying yes to everything and start saying yes to the right things. Leaders who don't forecast are constantly in firefighting mode. And leaders who do are building the future. So today, in today's AI-driven world, resource planning is evolving. It's no longer just about headcount. It's about capability. The real question is this: how many people do we have? It's really, do we have the right skills in the right place at the right time? Organizations that answer that question with data will pull ahead. The ones that can't will stall. And that's the shift leaders need to make. Resource planning today is about capability, not headcount. I'm going to give you an example. At one company, I led a $3.5 million optimization program. By consolidating vendors and streamlining resource plans, we cut $1.2 million in cost in 6 months, while improving performance for the customers, the employees, and the applications running on their infrastructure. That's what transformation should look like. You want to save money, improve experience, and give leadership confidence to keep scaling. And that brings me to the next piece of the puzzle. Because clarity and forecasting are powerful, but clarity alone isn't enough. You need governance structure to make sure technology, costs, and risks stay under control. And that's where Robert comes in. Over to you, Rob.
Thank you. I'm Rob Banworth, and my focus has been helping organizations modernize IT, strengthen cybersecurity, and align infrastructure with growth. Here's the challenge. Companies are spending millions on cloud, automation, and security, but without governance, it's chaos. Take cloud bills, for example. I've seen them spiral out of control simply because no one owned accountability. A strong modernization plan prevents that. Technology doesn't fail, governance does. The fix is disciplined IT strategy and clear governance. When I led a $6.6 million migration to AWS and Azure, the key wasn't the technology, it was building the ownership of accountability across leadership. That shift not only improved security, but also cut costs dramatically. And that's, let's be honest, AI and automation are only as good as the structure around them. Without a governance model, fear and confusion creep in. With governance, AI becomes an accelerator, not a threat. Good governance turns the transformation risk into transformation fuel. Governance gives transformation structure, but structure alone without delivery results. Success depends on people adopting change, and no one explains that better than Kendra. Kendra?
Thanks, Robert. Hi, I'm Kendra Whitney, and my passion is around that operational excellence, bringing an organization's vision to life through the people, processes, and the culture, bridging that gap between that strategy and the execution. Too many transformations really overlook the people side of the change. You can have your plan in place, you can have your governance in place, you can design the perfect process, but if the adoption fails, the adopting of whatever it is that you're putting out there and changing people's behaviors, if that fails, then the transformation itself, of course, is going to fail. Change doesn't stick without people buying into it. I've led initiatives where we've raised organizational maturity by 20% and improved adoption of new tools like SharePoint and OneDrive, and many others across thousands of employees. Again, the real key here isn't about the technology itself. It's about engaging teams through change champions, training, and excitement around a desire to move to the new state, the future state, and don't underestimate how metrics and measurements can really help with all of that. So when leaders track the KPIs to track that adoption, and they can then start to celebrate those small wins, giving those teams a view into the progress that they're making and helping them stay engaged because they know that they are on track for that, achieving that larger vision. Operational excellence is just a strategy until it shows up in your behavior. So all of this that we're talking about really boils down to putting the structures, the governance, the strategy, the execution, putting all of that in place to help people be set up for success. None of these things can stand alone, as an individual pillar. They all need to work together in order to truly achieve the results you're looking for.
Ooh, I wholeheartedly agree, Kendra. That was well stated, and I'm going to repeat it just a little in a little different way because I think it bears repeating. As you know, successful transformation is about aligning strategy, resources, execution, and people. And without that alignment, change becomes noise.
And governance is the glue. It's what keeps technology, costs, and risks under control.
Operational excellence makes sure change sticks and delivers the value long after the project ends. So if you are a leader navigating organizational transformation, you can ask yourself, do I have visibility? Do I have governance? Do I have a flow? Do I have adoption? If any of those answers is no, reach out to us at Fractional Talent Network, and we can explore ways that we can help you. Let's continue the conversation about building organizations that thrive through change and transformation.